friends, Miss Aida here. After school was canceled last year and everybody was sent home, there was a few of us parents who still kept coming into the garden to manage and take a look and decide what it was we were going to do for the garden. So the garden space is still there, but without all your help, it does look a little bit different. So I thought it would be a good idea to bring you into the garden to see everything that's happening in the garden. There's a lot of stuff still, and I'll like to show you what it looks like. If you'd like to join me, let's go. You might notice that the garden is quiet, brown. We actually say that it's resting. We call this fallow. You know a garden has been put to fallow when you don't dig, you don't water, you don't fertilize it. You actually lay a blanket of leaves or straw to help the soil just rest. This season, our soil is resting to keep the nutrients in. Do you remember what was in this bed? Maybe you can tell. Here's a hint. It's a decomposed carrot. This is a carrot that's been left in the ground and been decomposing. The stem was still attached to it, and that stem grew a flower, and that flower gave us lots of seeds.
So this is the flower of a carrot. This carrot was pollinated. I'll go ahead and take one of these umbers off so we can take a look at it. I like to think of the word umber kind of like an umbrella because that's the way it grows. See that? Now on every umber there are these tiny little buds. Every single one was a flower and every single one got pollinated. And now we have these little things. Anybody want to guess what those are? That's right. These are the seeds. So the flower got pollinated, and now we have carrot seeds. So I'll go ahead and put them inside of our little envelope so we can store them and use them for next season.
Now let's review the parts of a plant. The roots are underground, the stem, leaves here are nice and crunchy, and the flower. The purpose of the flower is to get pollinated, so that way you can have fruit. And inside the fruit, you'll have seeds. Here are 2 seeds. This plant's ready to have its seeds sown. What does this plant depend on to help it sow its seeds? I hope you said wind. Now nature noticed that we weren't using our garden, so it moved in really fast. Here's a plant that grew. It's called the white silver nightshade. When we talk about parts of flower, this is actually a really good plant to see it very clearly. Here, the yellow part, that's called the stamen, as in men. That's the male part of the flower. It has pollen, and that pollen has to be physically moved to the female part, called the stigma. Kind of like ma, like a mother. That stigma then takes the pollen down and pollination occurs and you have fruit. Inside the fruit is a seed and the whole thing starts all over again. If you think these look like tomatoes, that's because they're in the same family. I was going to take out this weed, but then something happened. I noticed something. see it. Let's slow that down. It's a bumblebee, a native bumblebee. See, the silver-leafed nightshade is a native plant. It's actually known to be toxic. But this bumblebee loves this plant. Every time we would come into the garden, I would notice these bumblebees here. It didn't make sense for me to take out a weed that was making a little bumblebee happy. So we'll just let it lie here until we're ready to come back in to use the garden. Somebody moved in downstairs. I wonder who that could be. This plant was called dino kale, or walking stick kale. It grows kind of funny on a long, tall stem. If you notice, somebody's been having a snack. We still have lovely flowers full of color in the garden. Now this plant, many of you thought it was just a big pile of sticks, but it was actually deciduous, meaning it lost its leaves for the winter. During the summer it grew leaves, and now it has this lovely oil. You rub between your fingers. We can call it cowboy cologne. It smells amazing. It's a sage. Here's a citrus tree that's growing in our garden. No fruit yet, but maybe soon. This is interesting. It almost looks like a little village, or a house, or a hut. I don't think I talked about what part of a plant this is. I'd like for you to think about it. This is a challenge. Let's try and think. What do you think this is on a plant? Is it a stem? Is it a leaf? Is it a flower? Is it a fruit? Is it the seed? Is it a root? The next time we meet, I'll see if there's any clever ideas out there. Thanks for coming with me to the garden. So to review today, we talked about the parts of a flower, and specifically how a seed is created. So first, the male part has the pollen. It's called the stamen. That pollen is moved to the female part, which is called the stigma. Once the pollen meets the stigma, the flower becomes pollinated, and that's how you can get fruit, which holds the seed. Now, for homework, I would like for you to go and find 3 different types of seed. Think about where you might find a seed. 1, it might be on a plant still. 2, it might be something that you just finished eating. 3, you might just find it on the floor. Once you find all 3, bring them for the next time that we see each other, and maybe you might even know what all of those seeds are for. Until next time, bye friends.